All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakha, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. All right, in this particular video, it's going to be a quick one. I'm on plantation time. I'm going to touch on sedition. They have done it once again. I've made a video like a week ago or some change, talking about sedition 2024, question mark. And this is when they took Trump off of the ballot in Colorado. So if you go to Colorado and you decide to vote, which is a wicked thing, all right, if you're an Israelite, but whoever's voting can't vote for Trump in the state of Colorado. And other states were saying that they was going to follow as well. Now, at my job, I was talking to a few Edomites over here, and it was like, well, that's only in Colorado. And the Supreme Court is going to overrule that anyway, blah, blah, blah. You know, so they wasn't really too worried about it. Hey, guess what just happened? In Maine, they just did it as well. And we're going to play that for you. In Maine, you cannot vote for Trump. Sedition, 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 because you got the Trump voters pissed the fuck off. Right now, you see in the beginnings of it. Now, when these states 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they starting to, you know, more Trump voters are starting to catch on what's actually happening, man, there might be a civil war happening, you know? And they're also saying that the elites are trying to incite a civil war. Hey, good job, because I see it about to happen. Hey, this is 2 Ezra 15 and 16, and we read, "For there shall be sedition amongst men," sedition, a rising up, a rebellion against the government. Why is there a rising up, a rebellion against the government? Because you have these Edomites, they're getting hip to the New World Order agenda, all right? They're getting hip to it, that they want to bite everybody and kill billions. If you know what that bite is, you know, if you're in the know, you're in the know. But they want to bite everybody. You know, everybody get to take that jump shot and kill billions of people, all right? They want to enslave the population. They want them to drink sewage water and eat bugs. They want to put that MOTB in everybody, that microchip, all right, the mark of the beast. Esau's getting hip to the elite's New World Order agenda. So what? They're rebelling against the government. We saw an outright rebellion January 6, 2021, with the march on the Capitol, the insurrection of the Capitol. We've seen that. So we've seen sedition. This sedition is probably going to break into a civil war, all right? Now, hey, we learn in part, so we prophesy in part. You know, I'm just speaking as a man, all right? It says, "And evading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power."
Election, something the State Department put sanctions on foreign countries for doing, have done it again. The Secretary of State in the most northern state of Maine has taken Trump off the ballot. They didn't even have a fake court case. They didn't even have the Supreme Court do it. She did it for the first time in U.S. history, and she said he's guilty of insurrection. Trump's never been charged.
Now, how's this going to look when 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 states, you're going to see shit heat up even more and more and more and more. Like I said, they already talk about inciting a civil war. And also within the civil war, a race riot, man. Hey, I see the stage being primed, all right?
Charged with insurrection. He's never been convicted of it. On its face, it's illegal. But they want to create this perception he's a criminal, just like all the false criminal indictments and Jack Smith and all the rest of them. Remember, they indicted Trump for questioning the 2020 election with all the massive evidence of fraud. But whether he was right or wrong, it was his right to do it. But he's never been charged with insurrection, much less convicted. The Constitution's clear. You have to be convicted. It's in the 14th Amendment. So these people are saying who you can vote for. This is beyond election meddling. If they're successful, it's stealing the election by precluding you from having who
you see. I believe Esau hitting people with the 52 fake out. What do I mean by that? I believe he doesn't really want an election at all, period. But he's creating the illusion like he still wants to run and have an election. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm just speaking as a man. You know, because there's news out that he doesn't even want to have an election. So why is he having these states take Trump off of the ballot? Well, I believe he just wants to start that race war. That civil war. That's the plan. I believe that's going to be the end goal. Once again, I'm just speaking as a man. And this whole thing is just, basically giving you the 52 fake out. Acting like there's going to be an election, but in all, he really wants there not to be an election at all. So that's his goal. But he's giving you the illusion by taking him off the ballot over here, here, and here, so it rouses up the people, gets them to react. All right? And then he come in with the solution, proper reaction solution, the Hungarian dialectic, if I said that correctly. Right? I believe that's the plan, because they're planning on not having them elections again, like they did when Biden and Trump was running. I forgot, I don't get too much into the presidential elections and things like that. So Salakia for that lack of information, but that's how they stole it before. They had it to where you couldn't go in and so-called vote. You had to mail in your ballots, right? Do the Crown Vic Royale. So, and they stole it from Trump. Trump obviously won. We all know this. They see Trump winning right now already in the polls. So they don't even want that day to even get close. They don't even want people to even, get used to that. Seeing Trump winning or about to come back, or he's running or whatever. So, hey.
Who you want on the ballot. And again, that's what they did to Bolsonaro. The State Department advised their government.
Yeah, what I mean is they don't want Trump to get close to the presidential elections, like Trump to be all the way in November, September, October, like October or something like that. I think they want to suspend the elections well before it gets near the elections, if I'm saying this correctly, if you get what I'm saying.
When he exposed election fraud, to just take him off the ballot, he's banned for 8 years. They're doing this everywhere, out in the open, but it's gaslighting. Oh, we're not taking people off the ballot. Oh, we're not stopping you from voting for who you want. There's no election fraud. You just can't vote for Trump. And the Democrats in a bunch of states, like Georgia, tried to take MTG off the ballot last year for Congress. This is a constitutional crisis. They're hyping civil war, claiming we're planning all this violence and we're racist. While they...
Oh, right, yeah. And they're also saying that, too. They're saying that the Trump supporters are planning on knocking out the U.S. power grid, that they're planning attacks on the U.S. power grid. Now, these articles been coming out, not just today, these been coming out, these articles, that Trump supporters are violent extremists, that they're going to go and they're going to knock out the power grid or do whatever that they need to do.
Off the ballot last year for Congress. This is a constitutional crisis. They're hyping civil war, claiming we're planning all this violence and we're racist, while they have Hamas and Black Lives Matter running around saying anybody conservative, Christian or white or Catholic is the devil. They're desperate, ladies and gentlemen, and they're planning something big in the next 10 months, but the public is aware of the great...
You see? They're planning something big in the next 10 months. That's the talk. And you hear what he said right after it? The public is aware. Hence, sedition. Esau's hip to it, man. And they're taking Trump off of the ballot in 2 states right now. 2 states he's off the ballot. Can't vote for him. Hey, imagine when it's 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 17. All right, let's go to the 36-minute mark so we can hear the Secretary of State in Maine take him off of the ballot and her reasoning. All right.
A lot of people, and there's so many other great products there on the site.
All right, here we go.
Be sure and check it out. There's a lot of products
Just bear
available
with
there
me.
that are available at InfoWarsStore.com. A lot of products that aren't available. X2 Bodies, DNA4Store.com. Get Winter Sun now at Info.
Secretary of State has the authority, indeed the obligation. I'm duty bound.
Right back.
All right, here we go.
It's a very detailed decision. We lay out why under Maine law, the Secretary of State has the authority, indeed the obligation. I'm duty bound to make this determination. I rather, laid out that the record demonstrates that, in fact, the events of January 6, 2021, which were unprecedented and tragic, were an insurrection in the meaning of Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. And finally, in reviewing the facts presented, the evidence, the law, the history, we determined under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment that Mr. Trump engaged in insurrection and therefore was disqualified.
Now, I have to say, not only is this an incredibly important decision, but it's a very brave decision. The Trump campaign has already come out attacking you. They have said that you are a virulent leftist and a hyper-partisan Biden-supporting Democrat.
First and foremost, it's important to know my oath to the Constitution, my obligations to the Constitution and rule of law come before any other consideration. No other factors could weigh on that decision and did not. I'm duty bound to both hold a hearing and make a ruling. And under the law, there's a very compressed timeline. In evaluating this, I came to the conclusion that I could not, unfortunately or fortunately, wait for the United States Supreme Court to make a decision. The Maine law required me to issue that decision, which I did today. I smiled because we were #1 in voter turnout per capita in 2022. We are really proud of that. And we have a really strong framework of election laws that encourage citizen participation. We have same-day voter registration.
Pause.
We have no...
Back it up.
Well, you see it. If you want to watch the rest of it, you see the minute marker right there. I'm on plantation. So hope it was edifying. With that, I'm going to say shalom.